Well, things certainly just got a lot more interesting for the east coast of the United States, the Atlantic Ocean as a whole, and then even more specifically, the northeast of the United States. And let me be very clear, this is coming from sources like the Weather Channel. When you see the words rapid intensification coming from the Weather Channel, you know to take it seriously. We've got every major model with some sort of major hurricane just off the east coast, and in some cases, more than one. Not only is Sam expected to continue to rapidly intensify, but is expected to become a major hurricane before 2 p.m. on Saturday. That is faster than many of the biggest hurricanes we've seen come out of the west coast of Africa ever. And I don't know about you guys, but these early fall hurricanes just have a different type of feeling to them. I'm gonna break this all down for you right now. We've also got a brand new chart coming out of the National Hurricane Center, as well as some other interesting stuff going on around the world, and we're gonna do it all right now. Here we go. Good morning, everybody. It's 9:30 a.m. on 9/24/2021. We made it through 9/23. We're all still here. You're going to be hearing the name Sam a lot in the news over the next couple days. If you haven't already, we're talking about Hurricane Sam, now officially our 7th hurricane of the 2021 Atlantic hurricane season, rapidly intensifying overnight, basically from a low pressure system yesterday all the way to a Category 1 today before reaching the Leeward and Lesser Antilles Island. We're going to get into the good stuff in just a second, but I want to highlight something we talked about yesterday, and it's very important. We talked about how if we had any sort of rapid intensification with Sam beneath the 15-degree north line, we may have some issues to deal with. Now take a look at the stats. We have our 5 a.m. reading right now. That was this morning for Friday. We have the H symbol for hurricane, and then take a look at that. That means major hurricane by 2 p.m. Saturday. That is tomorrow, and we are still very much between the 15-degree north and 10-degree north line. The reason this is so important is because of the momentum and the warm water belt we always talk about. We're always talking about the different influences that hurricanes have on their path, naturally based on the Coriolis effect. In the northern hemisphere, hurricanes naturally want to just go north towards the North Pole. The reason that they stay west towards the United States, or if they curl up through the Atlantic Ocean, is because different pressure releases. We have a Bermuda Atlantic bubble here that pins hurricanes down. That's why we're always seeing storms hit the Leeward and Lesser Antilles, and then there are issues for Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and we get our swipes up to the northeast, or they get pinned down and stay in the Gulf. And again, once those storms do reach the United States, we have our jet stream moving west to east constantly. That in turn affects any storm that is the make or break situation that keeps storms away or allows them to hit. All right, my friends, that's enough of the hurricane lessons. We're going to talk about what this thing is supposed to do, at least as of the data we have right now, and it's going to follow a similar theme to what we've been seeing a lot this year. First, we're going to go over the GFS. Now, it is already tracking closer west to the United States as of this run. You're going to see each run get closer and closer to Bermuda until we actually have one go inside Bermuda, 2 of which showing a landfall in Newfoundland. But again, the momentum is shifting west as of right now. We can see right here we have a very strong hurricane in Sam before it even makes that northwest hook on the western side of the Bermuda Atlantic bubble. We can see right here that the second the bubble pulls back towards the eastern Atlantic, Sam wants to shoot straight up north, and it's going to ride the end of this possibly right into the northeast or wrapped around the top towards Newfoundland, as you can see here. Very, very close call for Bermuda and the United States. This is now the Canadian model, which shows something very similar, a very low within that 10 to 15 degree north line, as we talked about earlier. Again, making that northwest hook, becoming a stronger hurricane after passing the threshold of Puerto Rico and the Leeward Lesser Antilles Islands. Same exact thing here. The western side of the Bermuda Atlantic bubble pulls back, allowing Sam to shoot up to the north. And as we see that happen, we see almost a low pressure system peel off of Sam and turn into a separate storm in the northeast. That means momentum is shooting towards the east coast of the United States, making the possibility of Sam turning into the U.S. much higher. We could see Sam kind of stalls out here for a day or two once we get to the end of this model run. Now for the European model, which has been fairly accurate this year with long-term forecasts, we can clearly see Bermuda is actually better off in this situation as Sam comes inside between the United States and Bermuda, which is obviously not good for the United States. But take a look at the pressure, 956 millibars. That's very strong, and it's sitting right on top of the warm water Gulf Stream that comes out of the Gulf of Mexico and flows right up to the northeast. Now, something very interesting I want you to pay attention to is the NavGem, or the Navy model, which clearly shows Hurricane Sam in all of its glory down here moving toward the Leeward Lesser Antilles, and this is more like what we see this time of year in the Atlantic Ocean. We see a strong storm forming following the pass of the Euro, the GFS, and the Canadian model to an extent, but right off the bat, you're seeing what I'm seeing, and that's another big storm forming very quickly. The sooner these storms form off the west coast of Africa, the more chance we have of seeing major long-term hurricanes like Irma and Maria. I keep using those names because they're exactly what happened back in 2017 with the west coast of Africa. When usually storms are named and forming right around this area, these bigger storms tend to form closer to the Cape Verde Islands right here and the west coast of Africa. As we finish the NavGem model run, we see two very big hurricanes in the ocean. The Bermuda bubble, kind of small and off to the eastern part of the Atlantic, which means either of these storms could be launched towards the U.S. or, because of the small pressure bubble, may stay closer to the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. We don't know yet because this is all the data available. Being that Sam is already a hurricane and is under what we call rapid intensification, the chances of that slowing down today are very slim, so we may see Sam jump up to a category 2, 3, maybe even a 4 fairly quickly. And then it's all about what conditions it's hitting while on its trip through the Atlantic Ocean and all the pressure situations we talked about previously. My friends, very quickly, I wanted to show you an updated chart from the National Hurricane Center that basically incorporates the last 2 years compared to a much broader time span. And you notice this chart, we use it a lot. It shows our peak hurricane season peaking on September 10th. It's been that way for a long time, but things change and we're starting to see charts that incorporate some of the busier years we've had to see some of those peak changes. So that's the chart I wanted to show you, and that is the information I have for you for today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all for the comments and interaction down below. It is what keeps this channel going, and I appreciate each and every one of you and all of your time. Shout out to Canada. It is getting very fall-like out there here in the Northeast, but it's all good. Looking forward to it. I will talk to you all very soon, either later on tonight or tomorrow morning. Thank you all so much. Bye-bye. Stop right there, my friends. If you have not already, click that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Click all and you will get all notifications from this channel. And trust me, you won't be disappointed.